Okay, good evening, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Want to welcome everybody here. Let me know if you guys can hear my audio and see my screen in the chat box. Just give me a little Y or a yes there. Just to let me know that it is indeed working. Hope everybody's had a fantastic evening so far. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. Super excited. This is one of my favorite webinars each month to host. Love this EA and copy trader webinar. I've put together a little bit of a game plan for tonight. We're going to probably spend a little more time on EAs and Forex trading robots. We will have some time for copy traders as well. If you guys have some specific questions with copy traders, we can do that. But I have a few robots we're going to review tonight that I've looked at. I'm going to show you how to backtest robots in MT4. We're going to pull up MT4 tonight. We're going to take a look at just the technology of it, explain the pros and cons of EAs and copy traders, how to set one up, how to purchase them, what the costs are like everything you'd want to know, we're going to talk about tonight. So we got a lot of stuff to cover. We got less than an hour to get this done, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great webinar. Like I said, I just want to welcome everybody here. I also want to give a shout out to those of you watching this in the recording. Want to give a shout out to those of you watching this on YouTube as well. Want to welcome you guys here. If you're watching this for the first time, let us know in the comment section down below where you're from. If you're watching this live, let us know also where you're from so we can welcome you here. Before we get started, as always, I need to remind you guys about the risks involved in this market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful, so please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, in addition to how big your lot size is and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time that you take a trade. Okay, guys, well, let's go ahead and get started. So tonight, like I said, I want to spend some time on EA. So what is a Forex EA? In fact, let's just ask ChatGPT what a Forex EA is. I'm just curious to see what the answer we get. Here, let's just ask, what is a Forex EA? Let's see what ChatGPT tells us. Wow. Okay, we got a lot of stuff here. So it's a Forex EA is an expert of, or he's not even done yet. I'm not sure if we call him he or she. I don't even know. Okay, so the AI says a Forex EA or Forex expert advisor is a software program that automatically analyzes and trades the foreign exchange Forex-based market on preset rules or strategies. These EAs are used by traders to execute trades automatically without manual intervention. Here are some key points about Forex EAs. So you got automation, strategies, backtesting, emotion-free trading, speed, customization, platform integration, and monitoring. Wow. So a lot of good stuff there. So like the AI says here, it's just a software that you can plug into a platform. Typically, this is going to be done in like MT4, MT5, and it will take trades for you automatically without your intervention, which can be a good, but can also be a bad thing. There's always those pros and cons, right? I'm going to show you some good EAs tonight that I like. I'm going to show you some settings that I like on a few. I'm going to show you some that are not that great. So when somebody says, hey, I'm going to show you this Forex EA, they're basically saying expert advisor. And what does that even mean? What's an expert advisor? It's just a Forex trading robot. Okay. So if I say, hey, I've got this new EA, that means I have a new Forex trading robot. Okay. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Um, EA is just the technical term or the abbreviated term that we use for bots, and they are usually set up in the MT4 and MT5 platform. There are companies right now that are actively looking to get EAs and have EA technology that can be easily programmable in like DX Trade, Trade Locker. Those are in the mix right now. We're kind of at an interesting inflection point in the industry right now because MetaQuotes, the company that owns MT4 and MT5, is no longer allowing prop firms to be, or U.S. clients who want to trade through a prop firm in the United States. So if you want to trade like use an EA, you're going to have to go with a prop firm outside of the normal. If you live in the United States, you're going to have to go someplace else. Now, a lot of you I recognize aren't necessarily from the United States. I want to say hello to you guys. Obviously, if you live in the United Kingdom, if you live in Australia, New Zealand, you don't have a lot of the same rules. And so, you're good. You actually can set up pretty much with any prop firm you want. You can use the different EAs available to you on MT4 and MT5. So that kind of stuff does not really affect you that much. But we over here in America, we're figuring our stuff out. We're adapting as the industry changes. But as of right now, like I still use EAs on MT4 and MT5. I just more use it with my own brokerage accounts. Okay. Okay. So that's basically what it is. It's a software. So this is different from copy trading though. Okay. So copy trading is just the sheer connection of my account to your account. Uh, that's what it is, or from my account to somebody else's account, right? So when I take a trade in my account, if somebody signs up for a copy trader with me, then I'm copy trading in their account. Uh, if I go, which is usually what I do, if I go find a copy trader that I like, I'll go pay the monthly subscription fee and I'll go connect to somebody else's copy trader. And then when they take a trade, that trade will subsequently get taken in my account. Okay, so that's basically your copy trader. Um, that's basically what a copy trader is. Usually, it's just a monthly fee. You come and go as you come as you go. Right, you come and go whenever you want. With a forex robot or EA, typically you're going to be purchasing a software upfront. So the upfront fee is a little bit more, can be a lot more. And how much are we talking? So some robots are free, and I've seen some that are as high as $50,000. Okay. So, and I'll actually show you some tonight that are priced nearly that high. I think the highest that I've seen on the MT4 marketplace is in fact 30,000. It's like $29,995. So I guess they didn't need the other $5 to make it an even 30, but right. So yeah, I'll actually show you some bots that are that expensive. It's kind of crazy actually. And yeah, we can look at the results of them. I would say a typical solid trading robot can vary. Some of the bots I'm going to show you tonight usually range between like $500 to like $3,000 per bot. Um, and so, but then you have it forever. So once you have it, you have it. You don't have to pay a fee typically going forward, and you've just got it, which is kind of nice. So let's talk about, so like I said, copy traders are a little different. We've done a lot of webinars on copy traders. We will continue that discussion if we have time, but I do tonight, what I'm going to do is uh, I'm going to show you some EA technology that I have on my computer and that I've downloaded. And I'm going to show you how to back test different EAs using the strategy tester in MT4. And then I'm going to show you how to kind of like adjust the settings and get it all set up and, all that kind of stuff. Okay. How to purchase one if you want to purchase one. I don't have anything to sell you. I don't have a bot to sell you. I'm just going to show you how it's done so you can, decide if you want to go down the automated trading route. Okay, which is pretty fun. So let's actually dive straight into MT4. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this account right here. Um, Here is MT4. Okay. This is probably the most common trading platform that's most recognizable in the Forex world, right? Obviously, here in the United States, we're switching more towards like DX Trade, Trade Locker, web trader platforms on Awanda and Forex.com. But MT4 is still used. This is actually an Awanda MT4 account. Um, and so, this is pretty standard. And now, why is this a standard platform? So this has been around a long time. Like MT4 has been around for at least 20 years, perhaps more. And so traders have had a lot of time to build indicators and to build Forex robots in this platform. Uh, um, let's see, dreams have come true in this platform and hearts have been broken right in this platform right here. Okay. Anyway, so it's fun, but I'll show you. And another reason why people use it is because it's so like the technology and the code to write MT4 is pretty straightforward. Just MQL language is the language that's used. In fact, ChatGPT can write you a robot. In fact, we were just there just a second ago. In fact, watch this. If I just type in here, can you write um, an MT4 Forex trading robot? And he'll say, Certainly. Right. So it's, oh, here we go. Actually, it's building a robot as we're speaking. Here's the code. It's actually building a robot in front of us. I didn't ask it to build one with specific rules, but it's literally writing us a bot right now. So this is actually MQL code right here. And you could actually technically copy this and put it into it's in the editor, which is right. Um, can we demo it? Yes. Hey, we should demo it. Yeah, in fact, I think we will.
Hey traders, it's Steve from the future. I hope you have enjoyed this video so far. If you are getting value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button, click the subscribe button, and share your trading thoughts. I read all the comments, so feel free to ask any questions you have there too. On a side note, I host live trading calls like this one you are watching every day. Some of my biggest trading secrets I share exclusively to just the members in my program. I host these live trading calls every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I also host a basic training webinar every Monday for the newer traders and the regular COT report and sentiment trading webinars every Wednesday night at 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern for the advanced and aspiring traders. All of these calls are recorded and promptly posted on the members' trading calendars at the conclusion of each call in case your schedule does not permit you to come to the live call. All of my members have complete access to the scanner. We call it Steve Scanner. This is an institutional grade trade alert scanner that picks the direction of the week on all 28 major currency pairs and includes trading instruments like gold, silver, NAS 100, US 30. Just in the last 90 days, I have made over 3,000 pips just taking the top trade signals from the scanner at the beginning of the week and then just holding those trade alerts until Friday. If you want access to the scanner, you can start a 14-day free trial with the join link in the description to get started. Lastly, if you really want to be a full-fledged VIP member of my program to get access to things like the basic training course, live signals channel, Steve's scanner, trading calendars, and the one-on-one calls with me throughout the month, you can use code YouTube50, that's YouTube50, no spaces at checkout, and save $50 on your first month. Again, just click the link in the description below and apply that coupon to become a VIP member, and I look forward to helping you with your inevitable trading success going forward. Now, back to the video.
It's a little bit tricky though, because one of the things you have to do with I've done this before. I got a robot to work from ChatGPT, um, but usually the code has a few bugs, and so you just have to send it back. You basically I copy the code after it gives me the errors, and I send it back, and it'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll fix those errors, and then you have to repeat it multiple times. So I had to do it like 10 times, take the code back, test it, get the errors from MQL from MT4, send it back to ChatGPT. It would fix those errors. Anyway, yeah, it could be fun. If we have time, we'll demo this very robot. It's very simple. It's just like what? I don't know. Is this like 30 or 40 lines of code right here? Generated by ChatGPT. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's go back over here. So when you're in here, there's obviously a lot of buttons to press, and it's kind of intimidating if you're new to MT4, but trust me, it's actually not that bad once I mean, you kind of have to figure things out. But in MT4, when you go up to view, everything you need to view is up here. If you just, like if you want to pull up the market watch panel, you can do that. If I click it, it'll take it off because I already have it on. I can put it back if I want it. The terminal is the most common thing, which is down here. If I turn the terminal off, it goes away. And then if I go to view and click terminal again, it brings it back. So the terminal is this area down here. So this will have your account history, your exposure, news events, alerts, mailbox. This will have experts, if you have any loaded up, your journal, and so on. You got the market. This is where I wanted to go. So the market is this right here. Now, once you have your terminal pulled up, which again, how do you get that? So once you're in MT4 or MT5, you just go to view, terminal, and then you've got all these tabs in this ribbon down here inside your terminal. And this is where the market is. So in the market, you can buy indicators, you can buy trading robots that other people have made, and you can test them too, which is really kind of cool. So there's a ton of different robots, and you can filter by like, okay, so this is most rated. So typically, if something's highly rated, in general, they're better bots. Don't take that to the bank. It's just a general concept. Okay, so these are bots that people have used. Like Waka Waka is a really popular robot that's been around for a long time. This HFT bot has been around for a little while now. It's designed to pass prop firm challenges. Um, but you got to be certain prop firm challenges, right? Which, by the way, I don't want you to get too excited about that because a lot of people go down the HFT route, which is high frequency trading. That's what HFT is. And the problem is that a lot of prop firms, they'll allow you to use an HFT bot to pass the challenge. But once the challenge is passed, they no longer let you use the HFT bot. Okay, so maybe it's good to pass your challenge, but not to actually trade it after it's funded. So just sorry, I got to burst the bubble. I just got to be real here because I've seen so many things. But okay, anyway, so these are like highly ranked bots, which is kind of cool, and you can kind of see their prices. Like this one's $600, 600. This one's 1,000, 1,300. This one's $200. Um, this one's 195. This one's 99. Okay, so you got a lot of this one. Waka Waka is $2,600. So you can filter it. Let's do it by price descending. Okay, yeah. So the most expensive bots on here are $30,000. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot here. 30,000, 30,000. You could spend a lot of money, honestly. In fact, it goes past page one. Um, uh, you got $28,000, 25,000. Then there's a big drop off. It looks like by the end of the page, we get down to $10,000 per bot. So, um, um, okay. So there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of bots in here, which is really cool. Um, oh, actually, I want to bring this up. Yeah, you thought Waka Waka was expensive? Oh yeah, no, they get pricey. Yeah, like some of these are really pricey, and it's hard to know how good they are. Like, let's actually click into one that's the most. Let's click on the most expensive one. Let's go back to page one. If you click on like I don't know, let's click on this anonymous algo. Nobody. Oh no, it has 10 activations. Okay, so people have used this bot before. They've sold 10. From what I can see, they've sold 10 bots. I think that's what that means. I could be wrong. Um, anyway, it gives you kind of a general overview of what they trade and what they do. You can actually test it out. I'll show you how to test it here in just a moment. So you can test these out. Okay, and if you do price ascending, these are ones that are not free, but like here's some really cheap ones. $10, $10, $10, $10. Cheapest ones are $10, it looks like. Outside of the free ones, $30, and so on. Okay. By the way, I've never found they have free ones. You can actually go to the free page and you can just download these for free. They're all like you can have a trading robot for free. I have yet to find a trading robot that's free that is sustainable. Okay, that actually like works long term. They're fun to test. I'll give you that. They're fun to test out, and they're a dime a dozen. Like in fact, they're cheaper than that. They're everywhere. But you can go down this rabbit hole. Like guys, let me just tell you right now, your spouse is going to hate you that I'm doing this webinar right now because you're going to want to stay up all night doing this. Okay, because I've done this so many times. Like I've gone in here. I'm going to show you how to backtest robots here in just a moment, and you're going to want to just backtest robots for the rest of the evening, and you'll be late to work tomorrow. So here, one second, I got to close these blinds. Okay, there we go. So, anyway, but they're fun. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you some bots that I like, and then you can kind of play around with it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can spend an endless amount of time in here testing different robots and stuff like that. So when you do this, make sure it's a planned amount of time. Try not to spend too much time in here because this will become like a video game if you're not careful, because it gets kind of fun when you tweak the numbers and things like that. There's a lot of inputs you can put in. Okay. One other thing I'll point out, I like this comment by Roger. He says, "Lesson learned the hard way. It's easy to blow up an account in the USA due to FIFO and leverage closures." Yep, absolutely. Um, so some of these bots, like they're not necessarily, not all of them meet, like, for example, here in the United States, we have FIFO laws. You can't hedge in the United States. So you have to check to make sure that these bots would be tradable here. And the way you check that, sometimes they'll just tell you right away if their bot in the description is FIFO compliant or or that they don't hedge. Another way is you can go on Google and just find a popular bot. Like if you go back to the popular or most rated page right here, and a lot of these have reviews. There's YouTube videos, like especially like Waka Waka. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of video reviews on Waka Waka. Okay. So you can actually go find out what real people who have purchased that robot, what results they're getting. You can see what setting, maybe you can find what settings they've done, things like that. This is actually one I've actually thought about purchasing just because I've heard pretty good things about it. But the back test is actually usually pretty good. I'm going to show you how to back test it in a moment. Um, so, and maybe we'll actually find a bad robot too to test. Maybe we'll do that first. Um, no, maybe we'll start with the fun one. But trying to think if there's any other things. Did anybody have questions so far? Maybe I can just continue on here. But this is where you go to find the different bots uh, on the marketplace. This isn't the only place you can go. Like there's a website called forexfury.com. It's a company, they built a pretty famous bot. You can also Google them. There's a lot of people that have used them. They've connected their bots onto what's it called? MyFX book. So there's a lot of bots that have used that. Oh, there's a lot of verified accounts that have used Waka Waka and that are on MyFX book and so on. So you can see their results, which is kind of cool. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of things you have to check because you have to find out if it's FIFO compliant, and it's not easy. You have to kind of like go into the trade history when you do your back test to find out if it is in fact compliant. Or you have to go online and ask other people if it's, go on Reddit articles and Quora and find out if you can actually use it. It's not necessarily straightforward all the time. So let me show you how to do this. So if I click in here, if I click on, for example, the Waka Waka one, it'll tell you about itself. It'll be like, okay, this EA has a live track record with 4.5 years of stable trading with low drawdown. And you can actually click in this and pull up their different links and check it out. Um, you can see the price of it. You can test it out. How to install, they give you instructions, which is kind of nice. Um, but I'm going to just dive in here. I'm going to show you how to test it. I'm not going to read everything in front of you guys unless you want to read it, but you can actually just hit this test button right here. So I'm going to click that and it's going to pull up this down here. This is called the strategy tester in MT4. How do you find this? Let me show you guys how to find the, here, one second. I got to make this smaller. Let's do this. The strategy tester. Actually, I'm gonna turn that off. If you go back up to view, the strategy tester is just right here. So all your panels in MT4 are up here. So here's just kind of like a platform lesson. Everything in MT4 is just right here. You go to strategy tester, and then this is a really cool. And like I said, you will spend, if you're not careful, you will stay up all night. um, you're gonna stay up all night playing with this. So I just unlocked the genie box here, and so be careful. All right, so this is it right here. So this is the strategy tester panel, and it's really cool. This first field is your different bots. So these are all bots that I've downloaded or have rights to in different ways. I've also had people build bots for me. I can even show you a few bots that people have made for me. I have a guy in Morocco that builds bots. I found him on, oh crap, what is that company called? It's like one of the top freelancing websites. I'm trying to remember, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's crap. It was really popular a few years ago. Just people that know how to do certain things like build videos or make robots or or do things, and they would just like offer their services. And so I just found this guy in Morocco on that site, and I just told him what I wanted the bot to do, and he built it for me. And it only costed me like 150 or $200 to have him build it. And he would even do revisions. So like if you sent him the code, or you sent him like what you wanted the code to do, and then he would adjust it and back and forth for like 150 or $200, which is kind of cool. It's like, oh no, it's Fiverr. Paul got it. Yeah, it's Fiverr. Upwork and Fiverr are like the same thing. It was Fiverr. I found him on Fiverr. You will find there's dozens or hundreds of people on Fiverr who will build bots for you. You just have to tell them what you want. And they price, and you can price them out, and it's kind of fun. You can typically even build a relationship with somebody on Fiverr if you find somebody that's pretty good. And usually it's not horribly expensive if you find somebody that's like, um, I don't know, like who has great reviews, but maybe their price is pretty good. I've noticed their prices aren't too bad. Like it's cheaper than even buying somebody else's bot sometimes, but it's not always guaranteed to work though. That's the thing, because even your best idea might not actually pan out in the real market. But it'll do what you ask it to do, which is cool. Okay, so these are different bots here. I've downloaded several. Let's actually just click on the Waka Waka one because we just downloaded it, and let's plug it in. Um, so then the next field, you can pick a symbol. I'm just going to leave it with the euro dollar. Then this next field is how you want the data to be tabulated. And most people just do every tick, the most precise method based on all available time frames. So I usually just leave it there. I usually just leave this on an hourly time frame unless they recommend something different, except they do. They actually say 15-minute chart. So let's do the 15-minute time frame. And then you can set a time period that you want this robot to back test. So, um, um, so you can be like, okay, I'm gonna have this go back to the beginning of the year, and today is, yeah, let's just do today, June 12th, 2024. So we're gonna basically get 5 or 6 months of back testing on this bot. Then you can go into the properties. So you're going to want to click properties, and it's going to pull up this window right here. And some bots have a lot of properties, some have barely anything. A lot of the bots that I've had people make on Fiverr have very few settings. Okay. This one has a ton. Okay. There's a ton of settings in here. All of these are customizable things. Like you can change how the bot does certain things. Like you can, for example, right here, it says fixed lot size. So you could literally tell the bot to just take the trades at a fixed contract size, or you could tell the bot to actually, this is the coolest setting, in my opinion. Waka Waka has this like, um, I wish they'd pay me for this free advertising, but no, anyway, no, a lot of bots do this. This is pretty cool. So they have this setting where you can do like low risk. And I don't even know what this really means, but it's just based off of how they, I can't even read it. It says low risk set 20% annual. Okay. I don't even know what that means, but then they have mid risk. Then they have significant risk, and then they have high risk, which again, I don't know what that means. And then they have dynamic lot size based on equity, dynamic lot size based on balance. Basically, what that would do is your account would grow logarithmically as your account grows if you wanted to do that, or you could just leave it at a fixed lot size. Let's start with their, I don't know, let's do significant risk. Let's see what that does. And I'm going to put my lot size back to just 0.01, but then let's see their risk setting. Um, let's see what significant risk does. And there's other things you could click on, and I don't even know. And then here's one of the downsides to these bots is like I have no idea what everything does here. This is why, actually, real quick, this is one of the reasons why I prefer copy trading over bots. Because a lot of times when you're copy trading somebody else's bot, and they know how to use their bot better than I know how to use their bot. So I'd rather just pay them a monthly fee to have them service and maintenance the bot and do all that kind of stuff rather than have me try to figure out and go and do these settings. This is like, if you're not very tech savvy, this could get like super confusing. Like even for me, I've looked at this kind of stuff forever, and I'm like, what is all this stuff, right? Um, by the way, if you guys ever do something like this, I'd be more than happy to help you. I can't take responsibility for your profits or your losses with this, but if you need an extra set of eyes when you set something up like this, I am happy to help as long as there's that understanding and disclaimer that I can't, you know, I won't take your profits, I won't take your losses. I'll just help you if you want help with this type of thing. Okay, cool. Um, Okay, so there's a lot of like right here they have allow hedging. You could literally just click this to false and then that will turn off hedging, right? Or you could leave it true if if you're somebody who wanted hedging. So there you go. That would help with you could actually maybe fine tune this so that it's compliant here in the United States if you live in the United States. Allow trading on holidays. Currently it's turned off to set to false. You could turn that on to true. This is pretty cool. Like I like that this bot has so many settings. Even though some of them can be confusing, but I mean, trading on holidays, normally you'd want that to be off, and so that's cool that you have that ability to turn off if you want to. Um, okay, yeah, and here's the drawdown settings down here. You've got like, okay, here's your equity. Let's see, max daily drawdown type FTMO. Oh, cool. Some of these very cool. So this actually has settings built in for FTMO specifically. So max daily drawdown limit, percent FTMO rules, 100%. I think that's what that's saying. Um, and then max daily drawdown limit in money FTMO. Oh, okay. So you could actually set a dollar amount there so it wouldn't go past a certain, an FTMO rule or something like that. Max daily drawdown. Um, Okay, and you'd set the hour when they do their daily. Okay, this is, I don't want to confuse a lot of you guys, but I'm just starting to see like what they're doing here, which is really kind of cool. Anyway, let's just leave their default settings on. The only thing let's change is just the risk here. Let's see what significant risk does. And then you click OK. And then you should be good to go ahead and test. So now that all the settings are in, if we click start, let's cross our fingers here. It's going to collect data. You can see it's collecting data down here, and then it's going, going, going. And if we pull up the graph, you can see it start to take trades. So it's actually taking trades in the past, and then it'll give you like a little squeaky noise at the end when it's done. Um, and so now it'll give you a report. So it'll tell you how it did over the last 6 months. So it says, okay, in the last 6 months, it on a $10,000 account, it made $276 at the current settings. Your absolute drawdown was $152. It took 46 trades in 6 months. Your largest profitable trade was $83. Oh, that was your average. Or no, your average profit trade was $17. Here's your consecutive wins, consecutive losses. Your let's see, your relative drawdown was 2.65%. Not bad. That's not a huge drawdown at all. And that's weird that that's on significant risk. So interesting. Um, I'd take more risk than that. Like that doesn't sound like too bad to me. Long positions, lost trades. Okay, very cool. So, and then you can actually go see the actual trades it took. So if you go to results here, these are literally trades on different dates with different lot sizes that the back test took. So it doesn't take too long typically to get a back test done. It can just, I mean, I've had a few that I did one that was really big. It was like a decade long back test and it took like an hour and I had to come back later. And it had lots of different currency pairs I was looking at or something like that. I can't remember. Um, yeah, so that's right. So at the current settings that it's at is only $276, which is not a huge return. Definitely not. So here's how this is why I'm saying you might spend all night doing this because you might be like, how could I tweak that in the back test? Well, you could go back to experts here in the expert profits properties, and you could actually change this. So instead of like, for example, instead of doing significant risk, What if we just did a fixed lot size per trade? So let's change this to fixed lot size, and then let's change this to like, I don't know, let's do something crazy, like just one contract per trade. And let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. This is all super raw, but it's fun to just try. Okay, so instead of doing some kind of dynamic lot size or risk function, we're just going to take one single contract per trade, every single trade, and see what happens. So now if we click OK, let's do the back test again. And let's go to the graph. Let's see what happens. Okay, here's the results. So it's coming, it's coming, it's taking the trades, taking the trades. Here it goes. Wow. Okay, so this is it. So this is your blue line's your balance line, your green line is your equity line. Um, um, yeah, green is equity, and balance is blue. And now if we go back to the report, here's the report. Okay, so the report is saying, okay, this actually made $3,086 in 6 months. Much, much better. That's a, 30% gain in just 6 months. Fantastic, right? I think most people would be very, very happy with that type of a return. Yeah, that's about 3 times what the stock market makes in a year, and you did it in 6 months and 6 times less the time. Okay. Absolute drawdown was $1,700. It took 45 trades. Um, and then let's see. Okay, drawdown is worse though. Obviously, you're risking more money to make more money. So the relative drawdown at one point was 22.6%. Okay, so 22.6%. Um, that's how much you would have been down from your highest point to your lowest point with this in the last 6 months would have been 22.6. And you would have made, like I said, the $3,086 is your net profit. So if you're like, oh, well, I love the return, but that wouldn't work for me on my account or whatever, or I don't like a 22.6 return, you could adjust this, see how this could take you forever, see how you could stay up all night doing this. You'd be like, well, let's just see what happens if I do like 0.25 instead. So now let's just, change the lot size to 0.25, and then you click OK, and then you start the back test again. And then you go back I like to go to the graph page because I like to watch it take the trades. Right here on the graph. And then it'll be over. Okay, it's done. And then you go back to the report and then you'll be, okay, it made $775. Okay, so that's like a 8% return in 6 months. Okay, it's, pretty good return, decent. We'll take it. And your relative drawdown was only 8%. So not a terrible drawdown at all. And then you could, from there, you could decide, okay, well, that's, you know, you know, I'm okay with that risk or you're not okay with that risk. You just have to decide, if that's good or not. So this is how and again, you could go, and then you could be like, oh, I had another idea. What if we change that? See what you know me, guys, this is something I'll absolutely like, you already know that I've done this so many times. But it's pretty fun. So like, have fun doing it. Just make sure that you put like a timer, because if you don't put a timer on it, you'll be up all night doing this, and then you'll have a bad day tomorrow or whatever. So um, anyway, this is actually a pretty good bot, guys. There's a lot of people. In fact, if you go on Google, there's a like if you just search Waka Waka trading bot, I think there's a lot of people that have used this one and have had good reviews. So yeah, here's the MQL link. Here's EA Trading Academy. So this is actually a company that rates different programs. I think I'm even on here. I think people have rated me. Like they'll be like, is Steve Perry legit? Just stuff like that. And then you'll have some people that'll be like, yeah, he's great. And other people that have never met me before, they'll be like, seems like a scam or something. It's just it's endless stuff. And then you have right here just more information. So whenever I like to try to use a bot, if I'm going to spend that much money on a bot, because it is a huge purchase, like this is no joke. This is a decent amount of money. Like if you're going to spend something on this, um, like highly do your research. One of the things that I don't like about the Waka Waka, I'll just tell you right now, is it uses a grid system right here. It says right up front, it's like Waka Waka is the advanced grid system, which already works on real accounts for years. So, I mean, thing is, most trading robots use some form of a grid system, and it's just also another way of saying that it uses martingale. And again, martingale isn't always a bad thing if you control it. But if you lose control of martingale, you're going to blow up your account. You're going to lose all your money. It's terrible. So, something to think about if you're gonna use it. Okay. Anyway, so that is how you do that. Let's actually go find a free bot that let's go back to the market. So I'm going to turn off the strategy tester. I'm just going to click here and I'm going to bring this back up. By the way, if you guys have questions, um, like hit me with your questions as we read along here. So I apologize if I miss, I'm going to look at the chat box here. Um, Muhammad said earlier, can you program it to trade only head and shoulders, for example? So what I've noticed with bots is it's very difficult to program MQL code to react to a trading pattern like that. So most common bots, it's very easy to code and connect and integrate your idea to like a candle, something that's physical and has an object to it, like a candlestick, is a pretty common way to connect your trading idea to the market. Why? Because a candlestick is like a representation of price. Okay, so if I say, if this candle engulfs the previous candle and it ends green and it's higher than the previous two candles or something like that, then take a buy. And if it happens in the first hour of trading during the day, then go ahead and take a buy or something like that. Like that's a pretty common idea that you can ask a freelancer to make if you want somebody to make a bot for you, or if you want like ChatGPT to write you a bot, you can ask ChatGPT to write your bot for you. Um, so yeah, great question. Yeah, high risk could mean higher drawdowns. Exactly, Paul. So, and it looks like Waka Waka is pretty cool. They have that. Sometimes I won't use I'll use like a fixed lot size instead just to get force the result that I want. Um, yeah. Hama says, sounds like you're having ideas. Yep. Perfect. Okay, good. So yeah, if you guys have questions, can continue to hit me up with those. So now I want to show you guys like a free bot. Let's go find a bot that's like, just for free somewhere. I want you guys to see kind of the difference. Honestly, I haven't even looked at any of these today, so I don't know. Let's just pick one. Quantum 4, it's free. Let's click on the Quantum one. Okay, and let's go ahead and download Quantum 4. And okay, it just downloaded. So now I'm going to go to my strategy tester, and which is up here at view. And then I'd click on strategy tester. And then I would come down here. And by the way, the thing I need to do, I'm going to do this quickly because I got to show you how to set these up. Like once you have a bot, I got to show you how to set this up on your, I got to show you how to actually set up your bot on MT4 because I'm just showing you how to test them. Now I got to show you how to actually plug it in and do all that kind of stuff. Why is this not moving? Okay, let me actually move this out of the way. So I'm going to close the terminal and let's move this up. Here we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test Quantum 4. This is that free bot that we just got, and we just downloaded it. And let's go ahead and just leave. I don't even know what the recommended settings are. I'm just going to leave the euro dollar, and let's just do this quickly and just see. Let's do an example. Okay, so this is a free bot. This is what their settings look like. You can see it's definitely different from the one we were looking at earlier. They've got uh, enable trailing stop, which is set to false right now, so it's not on. I don't even know what all these other things are. Right now, my lot size is at 0.01. That's just a set lot size. We can change that later on. Let's just see what happens. Okay, I don't even know. Um, Um, I don't even know. No, I don't think so. Paul, that's a great question. It's not like a Trojan horse type of thing if it's on M. It could be if you download it off of like, yeah, so that's actually a good point to bring up. You could have like a trading robot on that's online. Like if you just Google search or go into Internet Explorer or whatever and you just search free trading robot, yeah, you could get hit with a Trojan horse type of thing and just computers whacked and you've lost and your identity stolen type of thing. Yeah, that kind of stuff could happen. But that's why I like to go to the marketplace or go to a reputable site that's been selling bots for a long time. Um, like for example, Forex Fury is an example of a place that's been selling their bot for a while. I wouldn't feel nervous about downloading a bot off them. Same thing, I wouldn't be nervous about downloading um, on MT4. I wouldn't be too worried about that. What I would be worried about is like I said, if you just downloaded something off of a site, yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's go to the graph here. Okay, this is why some bots are free. Okay, so here is an interesting bot. This is that quantum bot. It does a clearly some kind of grid system. Okay, also doesn't control martingale very well. It started with $10,000 and it you can see it grew, and it looks like it ended right here on a loss. It made $67, it looks like. In fact, let's go to the report. On the report, it says over the last 6 months, it took 549 trades in 6 months. This free bot made $64. So it's actually kind of amazing that a free robot even made money. Um, Actually kind of crazy to be honest. $64.95. Um, but it didn't make a lot of money. The biggest drawdown was only 1%. That's not bad. So let's see if we can get this bot to make us a little bit more money. Okay, so I'm going to force change this lot size to like, I don't know, like zero point 0.2. Okay. And let's see if we can get this to make us a little bit more. I'm going to click OK. Let's go ahead and click start. I'm going to go to that graph because I like to watch it take the trades. Okay, so here it goes. So again, the blue line is your balance, the green line is your equity. So if that equity is down here in the gutter, then you know for a fact that it's losing you money. Um, and the blue line really doesn't mean much to me if my equity is down here. But you can do you guys notice how when it's back testing, notice how they snap back together, the balance and then the equity snaps back? That's martingale. Okay, just like I'm telling you right now, that's martingale at doing its thing. So its balance is going up, but he's losing money. I guess he's starting to come back here. Let's see if he recovers. Um, yeah, it's a terrible bot. It is definitely a terrible bot. The thing is, he is making money at the moment. Let's see how he ends here, though. Um, that's why it's free, guys. Oh, he ended up losing right here. Okay, yep. So, okay, so this was the final resort. And the reason why he didn't have a chance to finish out the trades that he had open, I wonder if he would have fixed them. Yeah, no surprise there. Yeah, so it's some form of again, it's martingale. You can tell because of how big the drawdown is and how often the drawdown is separated from the balance that it's guaranteed to be some kind of martingale. All right, so let's go back to the report. So it actually ended up losing $1,066 here. It and didn't actually make any money. It actually lost $1,000 after 6 months. And I think it's because it didn't have a chance to fix those bad trades. Maybe if it were given a bigger chance, it would have been able to do it. Its worst drawdown was 24%. 24% just to lose $1,000 is not fun. Okay. So anyway, that's like I said, you can back test these and you can spend a lot of time looking at a lot of different bots and some of that time could be very productive and some of it could not be productive because you could, like I said, it could drive you crazy. Um, I do know a lot of people who have um like I've had let me put it this way. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad stories that I've heard from people who have made quite a bit from bots. And I know people who have lost quite a bit as well. Okay. I would say I hear more bad than good. So it is, I mean, it's just, it's, if, and the one other thing about bots, so here's my conclusion. And bots can be really good if you can back test it and get verified results. And a lot of the times, if you can find a company that's trying to sell you a bot, like Forex Fury, for example, a lot of times you can, if you have support and you can talk to people who are already using it, and you can ask them what their settings are, what their recommended settings are. That's kind of nice. But if you're kind of on your own, like I wouldn't recommend to you guys to just go out to the marketplace on here. I wouldn't recommend that you guys go out here. Let's go back to the terminal. I don't want you to go here and just be like, huh, my back test looked good. I'll go ahead and spend $2,000. Let's just do this. No, 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 no. Don't be doing that kind of thing. I don't want you guys to be doing that. Um, okay, so there's more work that has to be done than just being like, okay, my back test looks good. Okay. Let me give you another example. There was this guy um built a robot, and I think this is pretty common, but I just remember it being a big deal. What this guy did is he built this robot that back tested perfectly because he literally programmed the bot to only be traded on gold or something like that. And what he did is the robot had zero losses and zero drawdown. It only made money. This was like a couple years ago. I remember seeing videos about it. This guy got famous. It was like a huge Ponzi. Okay. Like what he did is he built a robot. He actually put it into MT4 marketplace, just like you're looking at right here. It was for sale. It started off at like $250 or $500. It had a perfect back test. Okay. So it never had a losing trade. And um, but he programmed it in such a way that that no matter how you back tested it, it would guarantee a win. So people would back test and be like, "Well, the back test looked good, so I bought it." Well, the thing is, um, and then what he did is he created this like urgency factor where people would have to buy his bot right now, or else next week it would be $1,000. So instead of you have to pay 250 today, or you'll pay 1,000 next week. And then he'd say, our plan is to get this price up to like $20,000 in the next 2 months. And so every week the price is going to go up another couple $1,000. And unless you buy it today, you're not going to get that. And he would, in fact, change the price. Like every week, the price would change and it would change. And then people would write reviews just solely based off the back test. Okay. So it was like a total scam technology he put together. So you can't just trust a back test. That's why I'm saying you have to go see what other people are saying about that bot. Like, are there verified results on my FX book? Okay, so go look it up. Go see if there's YouTube videos of other people using the bot, what settings they're doing in addition to the back test, right? Okay. Okay, okay, good. This webinar always goes so fast for me. I have to move quickly. Um, let's see. Mohammed says, "Did you ever think about creating a bot to trade the COT scanner? That would be crazy." Yes. Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. Um, and I want to do something like that. Just trying to figure out how to do it and how to have somebody create it for us and what kind of risk management technique we would employ with those. Like, do I want to do like a modified martingale type of thing? Because most bots, to make them work successfully, you have to use some form of martingale, typically is what I've seen. So I'm just trying to figure out how we would do that. But yeah, great question. Paul says, I've been looking at Forex Fury and it looks like they offer strong support and optimized setting ideas. Yeah, they're pretty cool. That's a cool site. So you don't have to just buy bots here. And I think we'll wrap up on this unless I feel like there's one other thing I wanted to mention. But Forex Fury, they're a pretty cool company. They built this trading bot or a couple of bots. So they're not on, I don't believe they're on the marketplace on MT4, but this is their website right here. These guys, I think they're actually based in Idaho, if I remember. Yeah, I believe these guys are up in Idaho. They built this trading robot and they sell it. I think it's like 250 or four, it's between 250 or $400. And it has great results from what I can tell. They have great support. And then there's actual people with MyFX books who have used these bots with great results. So this is the kind of thing like you could go to a third party and buy a bot here um, if you wanted to, and then download it. Oh, that's the last thing I was going to show you guys. I got to show you how to set this up. So once you buy a bot, here's how you set it up. Whether you buy it on the marketplace or not, if you buy it on the marketplace, it's easy because it's already in your data folder. Okay, so if you go to file, or is it file? Yes, I believe it's file. It's open data folder. In the data folder is where all your stuff is. Like it's loading up for me here. So if you go to data folder and then you go to MQL4 and then you go to experts, here's all of the code for any bots that you have. These are bots that I have right here that I've put together or I've had other people build for me. And then in the marketplace, these are the bots right here that we've downloaded off the marketplace. Um, if you want to like if you download like Forex Fury, what you would do is you would take their download and you would drop it into this data folder. Okay. And then once you drop it into the data folder, you typically have to log out and log back in or just close or no, don't have to log out. You just close MT4 and then you open it back up. Then once you open it up, it'll be over here in the navigator. These are your different bots. Okay. Then what you can do is you just drag and drop them onto the chart that you want to trade. So if you want to trade the euro dollar, what you would do is you would just grab the bot that you want. So let's say you wanted to use that quantum one we just downloaded. I would drag quantum 4 and just drop it into my chart. And then it'll be like, okay, here's the settings. Do you want to allow live trading? You'd be like, yes. Do you allow DLL imports? I always put yes on that. And then you change your inputs if you wanted to trade your inputs. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then you click OK, but it's not quite set up yet. You'll see on your chart it says Quantum 4. It'll have like a frowny face up here in the top right. Um, um, it'll have like a frowny face. And then uh, in order to turn it off, to actually have the robot start taking trades for you, the next thing you do is you just turn on auto trading. So this auto trading button in MT4, this is to turn on your algorithm. Okay. So I'm not going to click it because I don't want it to take trades for me. I don't want this bot. So I click that and then it would be active. That's it. And then your robot's going. It's actively taking trades for you. Paul says you didn't pay for Waka Waka, so why is it showing up? I think it's because this is a free version that you can use um, to practice with. Um, like not to practice with, it's in the strategy tester, so you can back test it in the strategy tester, but it wouldn't actually let me take live trades in it. Like I could turn it on, but it probably wouldn't take any trades until I actually paid the $2,600. So. And then all these other bots down here, these are bots that I've paid for or either come with MT4. Um, and so I could put these ones on if I wanted to turn those ones on. Um, I could do that. And then what I would do is just grab it. I'd grab like this one right here and I'd drop it. Um, it says, you really want to stop quantum? Yeah, you'd be like, yes. And then here comes your bot. So this would be my bot right here. And then I'd turn this on if I wanted to. Okay, so that's a pretty brief, well, it's brief. I mean, we got to wrap up here. I'd love to keep going, but those are your EAs. So you can buy EAs online or you can buy them through the marketplace in MT4 itself. Um, and I hope those tips were helpful and those recommendations before you guys just go out and buy some. Definitely talk to me if you're interested. If you're really interested in bots, I will help you set it up in a specific way. I'll help you kind of navigate which ones might be good to purchase. So long as you're okay with me and the understanding that I'll help you, but not going to take your wins. I'm not going to take your losses. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with that. Appreciate each one of you. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you guys in the next webinar.